You wake up tired, even after a full night's sleep. Your head feels heavy, your chest feels tight, and deep down you know this isn't normal. You keep fighting with people you love over the smallest things. Doors that should be opening for you keep slamming shut. And then, the worst part, you can't tell if this is just life testing you, or if something darker is quietly pulling the strings. In Islam, we know witchcraft is real. The Qur'an itself speaks of those who tried to separate husband and wife through it. And while not every hardship means sihr is at play, there are signs, subtle, unsettling, almost impossible to explain away, that should make you pause and ask, is this just dunya, or am I under attack? And the shocking part is, many people live with these signs for years without realizing it. Most people dismiss these things as stress, bad luck, or just life being unfair. But what makes sihr terrifying isn't just that it exists. It's that you might already be living with it, without realizing what it is. Sign 1, drained energy with no explanation. You know the kind of tiredness that makes sense? When you've been working all day, when your body aches, when sleep fixes it. This isn't that. This is the kind of exhaustion that follows you everywhere, no matter how much you rest. You wake up tired. You drag yourself through the day. You sit with people, but your energy is gone before the conversation even starts. And the strangest part? The doctors find nothing. Your tests come back normal. People tell you it's just stress, just overthinking, but deep down, you know, this doesn't feel natural. It's not just your body that's heavy. It's your chest, your mind, your soul. In Islam, scholars mention that sihr can drain a person's energy in ways that look invisible, not like regular illness, not like normal burnout, but something that quietly steals your strength. Your body rests, but your spirit doesn't. Your muscles are fine, but your motivation collapses. And if you've ever felt this, weeks, months of a strange tiredness you can't explain, it's worth pausing and asking, is this just life weighing me down, or something darker pulling me down? Sign 2, recurring disturbing dreams. Everyone has bad dreams once in a while. You wake up sweating, your heart racing, but by breakfast, it fades away. Sihr dreams are different. They don't fade. They cling to you all day like a shadow. You see snakes, scorpions, dark figures. You see yourself falling, drowning, running, but never reaching safety. Sometimes you dream of blood, of graves, of people chasing you. And it happens not once, but again and again. The same images, the same fear, like someone is replaying them into your mind. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, taught us that disturbing dreams can come from shaitan, not from Allah. And many scholars mention that recurring nightmares, especially ones with certain symbols, can be a sign of sihr. It's not just the dream itself that hurts you, it's how it follows you into your waking life. You wake up heavy, unsettled, paranoid. You avoid sleep because you're afraid of what you'll see when your eyes close. And the strangest part is, these dreams often start when your life begins to shift. Right before a marriage, right before a new job, right before something good. It's as if someone, somewhere, doesn't want you to reach it. So when your nights begin to turn against you, when sleep no longer feels like rest, but like an ambush, that's when you need to pause, because not every nightmare is just a dream. Sign 3, sudden conflict with loved ones. Every family argues, every couple has disagreements, but sihr arguments feel different. They come out of nowhere. They're sharp, ugly, and they leave scars long after the words are gone. One minute the house is calm, the next it's full of shouting. You fight over things so small, you don't even remember what started it. Love turns into suspicion. Trust turns into distance. A marriage that felt stable suddenly feels fragile, as if something invisible is pulling the threads apart. The Qur'an itself speaks of people who used witchcraft to separate husband and wife. It's one of the oldest weapons of Sihr, turning hearts against each other, planting whispers that make affection sour and homes restless. And the pain of it isn't just in the arguments. It's in how unnatural it feels, how quickly warmth turns to ice, how you look at someone you love and suddenly feel only anger. If you've ever felt this, constant, unexplained conflict, fights that never seem to end, a heaviness between people that used to feel light, it may not just be stress. It may be a sign that something darker is targeting the bond itself. And that's the cruelty of Sihr. It doesn't always come for your body. Sometimes it comes for your relationships, the very people who are supposed to be your safe place. Sign 4, opportunities slipping away. You try, you prepare, you send out applications, you go to interviews, you make connections. Everything looks promising. And then, suddenly, without reason, it collapses. The job offer vanishes. The business deal falls apart. The money you were expecting never arrives. At first, you tell yourself it's bad luck, maybe poor timing. But when it keeps happening again and again, when every opportunity slips away at the last moment, it feels different. It feels like your life is on pause while everyone else keeps moving forward. In Islam, envy and sihr are often connected. Sometimes people don't attack you directly. They attack your risk, your sustenance, your path forward. And the result is a life that feels blocked, no matter how much effort you pour in. You see doors opening for others, but yours keep shutting before you can walk through them. And what makes this sign so heavy is the hopelessness it plants in your heart. You start doubting yourself. You start thinking you're cursed, that nothing good is written for you. But the truth may be that something is actively pushing your risk away from you, keeping you stuck in a loop of near success and constant collapse. If you've ever felt like opportunities keep slipping through your fingers for no reason, like invisible hands are pulling success just out of your reach, it may not be your effort that's failing. It may be a sign of sihr trying to choke your risk. Sign 5, heavy presence or fear in the home. There's a kind of heaviness that hits you the moment you walk into your own house. You were fine outside, laughing, distracted, busy. But the second you step through the door, it feels like the walls are pressing in. Your chest gets tight for no reason. You snap at your family over the smallest things, and you can't explain why. Sometimes it shows in sleep. You lie down, but the house doesn't let you rest. You toss, you turn, you wake up at the slightest noise. Kids wake up screaming from nightmares, refusing to sleep alone. And during the day, no matter how much you clean, how much light you bring in, the house just feels heavy, as if it's carrying something you can't see. Islam teaches us the home is meant to be a place of sakina, peace. But sihr tied to the presence of jinn flips that peace upside down. Instead of comfort, you feel restless. Instead of safety, you feel watched. It's not always dramatic, no objects flying across the room. Sometimes it's just that constant unease, the fights that start for no reason, the way everyone avoids being at home for too long. And when your home no longer feels like home, when the place that should heal you starts to drain you, that's when you have to ask, is this really stress? Or is something unseen pressing against the walls of your life? Sign 6, unexplainable illness and symptoms. You go to the doctor again and again. They run blood tests, scans, checkups. Everything comes back normal. And yet, you still feel unwell. It's the headaches that arrive out of nowhere and refuse to leave. The tightness in your chest that makes you think something is seriously wrong, but every test says you're fine. The sudden dizziness, the random stomach pain, the strange heaviness in your body that medicine never seems to fix. At first, you blame stress, then diet, then maybe lack of sleep. But after months, sometimes years, of chasing answers that never come, frustration takes over. You start wondering if people think you're imagining it. Even your family gets tired of hearing, "I don't feel well." And this is where sihr can hide. Not every illness is medical. Sometimes the body carries the weight of an unseen attack. It shows up in ways that doctors can't detect, but your soul feels it deeply. That's why Ruqyah has always been part of our tradition, not as a replacement for medicine, but as a recognition that not every wound bleeds on the outside. If you've ever lived through sickness that makes no sense, pain that leaves no trace, or fatigue that no scan can explain, it may not be your body that's broken. It may be something attacking you in ways only the unseen can reach. Sign 7. Distance from worship and Qur'an. Maybe the most frightening sign of sihr isn't in your body, your dreams, or your relationships. It's in your heart. You used to pray regularly. You felt peace when you opened the Qur'an. You could sit in zikr and feel your soul soften. But now, it's different. The prayer mat feels heavy. You delay salah until the very last minute, and when you finally stand, it feels empty. The Qur'an lies on the shelf for weeks, and when you try to open it, your mind wanders, your chest feels blocked, your eyes refuse to stay on the page. Even making dua feels impossible, like the words are trapped in your throat. This isn't just laziness. Laziness comes and goes, but sihr can wrap around the heart like chains, pulling you away from Allah in a way that feels unnatural. The very things that used to bring you comfort now feel impossible to reach, and the longer it lasts, the heavier the guilt grows. Why can't I worship like before? What's wrong with me? And that's the cruelest part of sihr. It doesn't just attack your body or your risk. It tries to suffocate the one connection that matters most, your connection with Allah. But here's the truth. Even when sihr pushes you away, Allah is still near. The very act of noticing this distance, of wanting to come back, is already a sign that your heart hasn't been taken. Because no matter how heavy the attack feels, the Qur'an also tells us that falsehood is weak, and Allah's light can never be extinguished. Not every hardship means sihr is at play. Sometimes it really is stress, illness, or the tests of dunya. But when the signs pile up, when exhaustion, conflict, blocked risk, and spiritual distance all come crashing together, it's worth pausing and asking if something unseen is pressing against your life. But here's what you need to remember. Sihr is real, yes. It can harm, it can disturb, it can shake you, but it can never overpower the protection of Allah. The Qur'an is shifa. Ruqyah is shifa. Dua is shifa. And the light of Allah will always be stronger than the darkness of envy or witchcraft. So if any of these signs felt close to home, don't fall into fear, fall into dhikr, turn back to the Qur'an, seek ruqyah, and most importantly, trust that nothing reaches you without Allah's permission, and nothing can hold you if He decides to release you. If this reached you, share a small dua in the comments. Ya Allah, protect me and my family from every evil. You never know whose Ameen might rise to the heavens with yours. And until next time, remember, the world is full of shadows, but no shadow can survive when Allah brings His light. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.